to answer your question, what role does deep sleep play in emotional healing? Well, all sleep plays a hugely important role in emotional healing. But it's probably REM sleep that actually plays the greater role for the emotional side of things. This is a kind of a really an oversimplification, but if we think about sleep as two types of sleep, you have REM sleep, and then which is when we dream,
Mm-hmm.
or mostly when we dream, and the very imaginatively titled non-REM sleep, of
Mm-hmm.
which deep sleep is a small part. If you when you split sleep into those two types of sleep, this is very much an oversimplification, but the non-REM sleep, as which deep sleep is a part, is more perhaps focused on the physical restoration of our body and our brain. That's the time when the toxins are cleared out of the brain, when
Mm-hmm.
hormones are released that promote tissue healing. So we can think more about deep sleep as being um, primarily about the physical repair of the body,
Mm-hmm.
and emotional and REM sleep, which is when we dream, is more about the emotional healing and
Oh,
about processing emotions, moods, mental health,
right.
memory as well. And again, to kind of go back to that book, just because he's great at coming up with analogies. Matthew Walker describes REM sleep as like being an overnight form of therapy. We replay
Mm.
our memories, our dreams are kind of replaying our memories and
Yeah.
processing our emotions to help to assimilate that information with what we already know about the world,
Mm.
which helps, and it helps us to detach the emotion, especially negative emotion,
Mm-hmm.
from the memory itself. So we don't forget what happened, but it perhaps feels a little bit less raw to us. So,
Right.
so
Mm.
all sleep is important for emotional healing,
Mm-hmm.
without question, without question. But probably of the two, REM sleep is probably the most, is probably slightly more focused on the emotional side of things.
That makes sense.
But what I definitely don't want people to get kind of caught up in and bogged down in is trying to increase one type of sleep or another.
Right.
We don't need to do that. Our bodies will do that automatically. If we if we run a marathon and have a lot of tissue damage, our brain will
Mm.
automatically prioritize deep sleep and non-REM sleep. So we will get more deep sleep that night
Mm.
to help our body to repair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that everyone's listening can relate to if they've had um, a really kind of emotional day for whatever reason. Maybe something distressing happened. Maybe it was positive emotions. You often will remember your dreams more that night. You'll
Hmm.
dream more because your body has got a lot of emotion and a lot of
Yeah.
experience to process, and so it will prioritize REM sleep more, and you'll get more REM sleep. So so the
Hmm.
brain's very clever in that way. We
Yeah.
don't need to worry about how much of different types of sleep or different stages of sleep we are getting. What we need to do is to make sure we're prioritizing sleep and to
Mm-hmm.
make sure we are allowing the the best kind of practices to give our brains the best chance to get good restorative sleep. And as long as we're doing that, as long as we're kind of putting in place the things that we have talked about so far and are going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about in the rest of this episode, so things like a routine, things like breath work or whatever to help to regulate your immune system, nervous system, and all the other tips that we're going to talk about. As long as we're putting those things into place, our brain will take care of the rest.
That is so interesting because when I had back surgery, I remember it was a long time before I actually remembered dreaming. And that makes sense because my body was focusing on the physical part as opposed to the emotional part, right?
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
actually concerned about it because I'm like, God, I haven't had a dream in a long time. And And then it was like months, and then all of a sudden I woke up, oh, I had a dream, and because I know the importance of dream, and I understand that that's the REM sleep. I don't understand it obviously to the degree you do, but that makes complete sense.
Yeah, look, it's not that you weren't
Crazy.
dreaming. It was not that you weren't dreaming during that time. Um, Everybody dreams every night. We dream probably on average about 2 hours every night,
Wow.
and usually we remember a very small
Yeah.
proportion of that. So it sounds very likely to me that yes, your body was prioritizing deep sleep in order
Yeah.
to help with tissue repair, but without question, you were getting plenty of REM sleep too. But perhaps if you're getting less, you just don't remember it. And
Yeah.
most people don't remember much or anything about their dreams.